All right, guys, here we go. This is Josh Cantwell. What's going on? And we are on Facebook Live as well as GoToWebinar. So let me just do a quick check-in. Steve Morris, man, we got Steve out of bed, drinking out of his boot. What's going on, everybody, on GoToWebinar? I'm glad to see everybody on. Wayne, Tyler, Tom, Ted, Bob Seawright. What's going on? Bob Paul Evans is on. What's going on? Natalie, Moses, Linnell, Miranda Walenta's on Facebook Live. Laura Shield, what's happening? Constantine, Jordan Reed, Jim Pagano, what's up, guys? Demarcus Carrington, what's happening? Bernie, Chris Banks, Vanessa. We got a bunch of people popping on. That's awesome. Listen, if you're on Facebook Live, thanks for joining me. And oh, by the way, if you're on Facebook Live, there's a Bitly link in Facebook. You can click on that, go over to GoToWebinar, so you can actually see my slides. I'm only showing the slides on the GoToWebinar. So if you're on Facebook Live and you want to put it over to GoToWebinar and see the slide deck, that's awesome. Go ahead and jump over to GoToWebinar. If not, this will totally make sense as we go through this. So I just want to give everybody a heads up and tell everybody what's going on. So in 2020, our company, my company, Freeland Ventures, has been heavily focused over the last 4 or 5 years in raising capital. We now have access to over $34 million of private money. None of that is institutional. That is all true private money from private investors, and that's about half invested. I would say 65% invested in residential private loans, residential rehabs, and rental properties, and about $10 million of it, or about a third of it, is already in multifamily investments in big, large multifamily complexes. Well, over the course of 2020, next year, we're going to be taking a pretty significant portion of all that residential funding, about $20 to $24 million, and pivoting that over to multifamily and commercial investments. We also, that $10 million that's already in multifamily, that's already in big projects with some of my joint venture partners, guys like Jack Petrick and Georgia Brew and Tim Bratz and others. That is all going to come back to us in 2020 over the next 12 months. The majority of that $10 million is going to come back to us through refinance proceeds. So if I don't raise another nickel of private money in 2020, we're going to have about $30 to $35 million that we're going to be having access to, that we already have investors who are really excited about what we're doing. They're really excited about multifamily. They're excited about our private lending. They're excited about commercial investing. And we're going to take that $30 or $35 million and invest it, lend it, and joint venture with real estate investors who are focused on multifamily. So that's what we're here to talk about. How can you and us do deals together, whether we're lending to you, whether we're investing equity with you, whether you bring us a deal and wholesale it to us, whether we buy it, own it, and operate it. They're all different options for us to discuss today. And I'm super excited to be talking already about 2020. So we'll go through a quick overview of Freeland. We'll talk a little bit about our portfolio, show you guys a bunch of deals that we funded on. And the main goal of this is, by the end, what I want all of you to do is to basically sign up to become an affiliate with us. Okay, whether that's what we call a referral provider, whether you're referring us loans, borrowers, or deals, or whether you are actually a full-blown lender. We've got several other private money lenders and hard money lenders who are on the line right now. If you are currently not doing deals in the multifamily space, you can basically broker deals to us, and you can get paid as what we call a lender affiliate. So by the end of this call, every single one of you guys who's on Facebook Live, or the dozens of people who are on GoToWebinar, you should all be signing up with us as basically an affiliate with us. So I'm going to tell you right now, what I want you to do is go to freelandlending.com, okay? And in the upper right-hand corner of our website, you're going to see a button that says affiliate program. Okay, so let me bring this up. On our website, which you can see on the screen if you're on GoToWebinar, up here there's the affiliate program, and then you can click down to say referral provider, and you'll see how you can get paid as a referral provider. Or if you are already a lender, a hard money lender, private money lender, or a broker, how you can become a what we call a lender affiliate and refer us deals. All right, so you're going to want to go there. Then at the bottom, there's a contact us form. All right, so go to the contact us form. So it's freelandlending.com/contact freeland. freelandlending.com/contact-freeland. There, what I want you to do before you leave this webinar, whether you're catching it live right now or whether you catch it on a replay, I want you to fill in your first name, last name, email, phone number, and tell us exactly how you want to joint venture with us. Okay? If you already know other borrowers, if you know other people who are doing multifamily, okay, and they're buying multifamily and they need funding, we'll just refer them to us and you'll get paid at closing. Okay, so you're basically referring us borrowers or referring us people we can fund deals for. If you are doing deals and you don't have the balance sheet, you don't have the capacity to take down a large asset like a 75 unit, 100 unit, 250 unit, 500 unit, we do have the capacity to take that down. I'll show you those. Fill that in and say, I want to wholesale you deals, Josh, or I want to bird dog deals for you. I want to find deals for you. How do we do that? Okay. So again, lender affiliate program, referral provider, I'll go through that, or lender affiliate, fill out the contact us form on our website so we know who you are and you're interested. That way, those people who are super interested in finding us multifamily and apartment deals or finding us borrowers for multifamily and apartment deals or joint venturing with us, we know that you can be the priority, right? Everybody's going to say, I want to do deals with you, Josh. Well, I'm going to ask you to take a very simple action, which is go to the website, fill out the contact us form so that we know who you are. Tell us how we can help you. Tell us how you want to joint venture with us. Super easy. And we will then get in contact with you, call you, email you, start a one-on-one conversation. All right, guys, we're not selling a product here. We're not selling coaching. There is nothing for you to buy. This is about doing deals. Okay, makes sense? All right. So how many of you guys, by a show of hands, whether you're on Facebook or GoToWebinar, how many of you are interested? And just type in the word interested in the chat box. All right. How many of you are interested in joint venturing with us, doing deals, building your portfolio for multifamily? Type that in the GoToWebinar or type that in Facebook Live and just say, I'm interested. All right. Awesome. We got a bunch of people plowing that in. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested. Fantastic. Tom, John, Paul, Linnell, Julianne. Fantastic. Paul Evans, Jeremy Thomas, Bernie, Bob Seawright, Tom Pompey, Paul Evans. All right, very good. All right, so let's jump into the presentation then, especially if you're on GoToWebinar, so you can see exactly what kind of deals we're doing. Let me just tell you real quickly. We have very quickly become one of the Midwest and Southeast's leading real estate investment and lending firms. As of this morning, okay, we're recording this live on December 17th. We've got, like I said, $10 million invested in large multifamily properties and $24 million invested in residential 1 to 4 units, in loans, rehabs, and rentals. We own 2,408 units of apartments valued at over $175 million. Again, we're a joint venture partner, so I don't own all of that $175 million. Matter of fact, most of my JV partners own significantly more equity than I do, but we do own big chunks of those deals. Between me and my investors, we own between 10 and 35% of those deals as an investor group. So we have a ton of horsepower. We're currently managing 137 private lender loans valued at over 30 million bucks. And we funded $45 million and 366 private lender loans for residential just in the last 3 years. My executive team is myself, my business partner, Glenn Lytle, who's our Chief Strategy Officer, and our Vice President of Business Development. His name is Tyler Brummett, and you will probably have direct contact with Tyler and his team. So let me show you some deals that we are interested, again, in lending on, joint venturing on, or owning and operating. If you can find us deals like these, we're super interested. I'm going to show you some really big ones, and then I'll show you some stuff that's more in the small balance and middle market multifamily space, okay? So this deal is in Albany, Georgia. This is a 407 unit. We were able to buy it for $14.6 million. We scheduled $1 million in capital improvements. So we're all in for about 16 million bucks. Our net operating income when it's stabilized is projected to be 2.2 million bucks, okay? And we've already spent the million, and we're already at almost full occupancy on these 407 units, and we're getting set to refinance this portfolio in February of 2020. The cap rate at stabilization is 14%. Okay, what does that mean? What that means is we take the net operating income of 2.2 million, okay, divided by our all-in investment of basically 16 million, and that's going to produce a 14% annualized return. Just taking net operating income divided into our all-in investment, 14%. Now, how banks are valuing these assets is at a 6.5 cap or a 7 cap, okay? Which means we can nearly double the value of the building because the bank is saying, hey, you're able to be all into this thing for 16 million and generate 2.2 million of net free cash flow, net operating income, but we'll value this at a 7 cap. So if we take 2.2 million divided by 0.07, that values the building at about 31 to 32 million dollars. So we're creating with our joint venture partners about 15 to 16 million dollars of equity. Amazing, okay, amazing. So plan is put a new loan on it for 22 million. That will, and that we're going to close that in February, March of 2020. That'll produce for us about $6 million of tax-free refinance proceeds. And it will leave us about $760,000 of net free cash flow after debt service and after expenses. An amazing deal, right? Okay. So what does that mean? Well, if you're looking at, if you're talking to commercial realtors, commercial brokers, commercial lenders, and they've got assets similar to this, we have the capacity, we have the team to sign the guarantee on the personal guarantee on the loan. We have the capacity to manage the asset, renovate the asset, okay? We have the capacity to manage that deal and then eventually get it into permanent financing and refinance it, all right? This is a deal I might do myself. It's a deal I might bring a joint venture partner in, like one of the guys I've already done a deal with. Many of you guys would like to do a deal like this. So 2 opportunities. Actually 3. If you know a buyer who's buying an asset like this, refer them to us so we can fund their loan. We can fund their debt, okay? And when you do, you'll get paid what's known as, it's called BIPs, 15 BIPs, okay? So 1% is 100 BIPs, all right? So if you refer us somebody who takes out a $1 million loan with us for a multifamily deal, you'll make 1,500 bucks. Okay? Sounds like, decent money, nothing huge, but where the real sizzle happens is that if we fund their bridge loan for $1 million, you get paid 1,500 bucks. Then we fund their permanent loan for $1 million, you get paid another 1,500 bucks. And then every single time that borrower borrows money from us, for the life of that client, you will get paid 15 bips every single time. So if they take out 20 loans with us over the course of their lifetime, you will get paid 20 times for referring us that borrower, okay, the very first time. So what we find is that when we fund deal for one person one time, we typically become their preferred lender, which means we fund deal after deal after deal after deal. Okay, if you ask any of our clients, they're not really shopping around. We try to help them with white glove service, and they bring us deal after deal after deal to fund. So like my friend Jack Petrick, I funded about 12 deals for Jack. How would you like to find a Jack Petrick? Refer me Jack Petrick. I fund his deal. Our team funds his first deal, and then you get paid every single time Jack buys an apartment building. It's that simple. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, collect a bunch of paperwork. You don't have to underwrite the deal. If you know somebody who's buying multifamily, 5 units and up, refer them to us. Simple as that. Okay. So this is a big deal. This one in this 407 units in Albany, Georgia. I'll give you another example. This is another deal that we joint ventured on that I own a chunk of in Lawton, Oklahoma. This is the Crosby Park Apartments. We were able to buy this for $6.1 million. We're putting $1.1 million of capital improvements into it. We're going to be all in for $7.5 million, and it's going to generate $737,000 of net operating income. Again, if you take the NOI divided by the all-in investment, it's about a 9.8 cap. Now, again, the bank is going to look at this asset and say, well, we're going to value this asset at a 6.5 cap. Okay. So they're going to look at that $7.5 million investment. They're going to appraise it and say, well, if we take the $737,000 of net operating income and divide that by 0.065, that's going to make a stabilized value on this building of $10.5 million, which means we just created $2.9 million of equity. The bank will give us a new loan of $7.9 million. What's up, Kathy Dress? My good friend Kathy Dress, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. Giuliano Cassell, what's up? How are you? Thanks for jumping on. Moses Wittheimer, thanks for hopping on. So a new loan that we're going to put on this building is $7.9 million. It's going to leave us about $360,000 of cash out refi proceeds, which, as we all know, are tax-free. And our cash flow after expenses and debt service is about $200,000 a year. Pretty awesome opportunity. So again, if you know somebody doing a deal like this and they're the buyer and they're looking for their bridge loan, their long-term permanent loan, they're looking for an equity investment, or they're looking to wholesale the property, we're a buyer, we're a lender, we're a joint venture partner, bring them to us. Not going to spend a lot of time on these other deals, but this is another deal that I own a chunk of in Shaker Heights in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. My local friends like Kathy Dress, and guys from Cleveland will know this deal. This is 164 units that we bought with my buddy Jack Petrick. Our purchase price was $9.2 million, and it's going to be worth $14 million. Okay, so you get the idea. We raised $2.2 million for the down payment, and of course, got the first mortgage financing. The latest deal that we just did, which we closed right before Thanksgiving, is this 204 unit multifamily that we bought with my buddy Tim Bratz. We closed on this one in Macon, Georgia. Bought it for $12.7 million, scheduled $1.6 million of capital improvements, all in for $14.8 million, stabilized net operating income of $1.3 million, puts the value at $21 million. So all in for 15, it's going to be worth 21. And again, we'll pull out almost $1 million of tax-free cash out proceeds. And still leave us about $300,000 of net free cash flow. Okay. Now let's jump into some other deals that might be, for some people, you might be thinking, Josh, this is awesome. $10 million deal, $25 million deal, $15 million deal, $30 million deal. Fantastic. But Josh, this is way over my head. I get it. It was way over my head too a couple years ago, and made me totally uncomfortable to think about a $30 million deal. So let's talk about something that maybe for some of you might be a little bit more attainable. All right, maybe it just, a first step, first toe in the water, jump into multifamily. So what you see on your screen here, we funded this deal. It's 8002 Lake Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. This little building is a 6-unit. This was bought by friends of ours, Chris Walsh and Brian Laporte. They paid $195,000 for it. They scheduled $145,000 in rehab costs. So basically they're going to be all into it for $350,000. We funded them $310,000 at the closing table. So they had to bring a little bit of money to the closing table, but not much. And once the building is renovated, stabilized, and occupied, it's going to be worth about $650,000 to $700,000, which they're able to create over $300,000 in equity and a couple $1,000s a month in net free cash flow. Pretty cool little deal, right? Just on the west side of Cleveland, not a huge deal, about $350,000 deal. All right. So we funded for Chris and Brian, we funded their bridge loan, which gave them the money for the purchase price and rehab costs. Then when the building is stabilized, we'll also do their permanent long-term financing for them. Okay. Now on this deal, I'm not an equity owner in this deal. My company is not an equity owner, but we funded it on the first mortgage. Okay. We helped them get the rehab dollars, very little money to the closing table, and they're able to build their rental portfolio. So where's the opportunity for you? Well, if you find a building like this, that's a 6-unit or a 10-unit or a 25-unit or an 18-unit, and you are looking for financing, we're the company. This is our wheelhouse, okay? And go to our website, again, freelandlending.com/referral-provider or freelandlending.com/lender-affiliate and check out the opportunity to refer us deals and get paid every time you refer us a borrower, okay? Also fill out the contact form. Don't forget about that, okay? All right, so now let's say you're buying this little 6-unit for yourself. Let's say it's in Cleveland, Ohio, or in Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas, Houston, St. Louis, Missouri, really anywhere east of the Mississippi, right? We're primarily operating in the Midwest, the Southeast, the South, Texas, pretty much east of the Mississippi. We're funding deals in all those different areas and states, all right? The only criteria we really need, okay, write this down. The only criteria we really need is a population of at least 50,000 people within 3 miles of the subject property. Okay, that's the #1 criteria. So it's got to be 5 units and up. So it's got to be commercial, 50,000 population or more, okay, within 3 miles of the subject property. I want to give a shout out to my boy Josh Tobias is on the line with us, close personal friend of mine since 2nd grade, and best man at my wedding is on the line. Tobias, what's happening? Thanks for hopping on, pal. All right, so let's talk about another deal. Here's another deal that we funded this year. This is on Branch Road in Medina, Ohio, 875 and 877 Branch Road. So this is 24 units of multifamily. Kathy Dress, you'll know this building. This is not far from where you live. 24 units of multifamily, purchase price of $700,000, rehab costs of about $450,000. We funded at the closing table a little over $1 million as the first mortgage lender. So we funded the purchase and rehab costs. They were able to acquire the building with, not a whole lot of money down. This was a deal we did with Doug Shelton and Tim Bratz. And this building, based on the stabilized value and the increase in the rent, the increase in the income, it's going to be worth about $1.7 million. Okay, so not a huge, enormous deal, but created over $500,000, $500,000 in equity, and several tens of thousands of dollars per month in net free cash flow. So if you're going to buy this building, if you have it under contract, or you know someone who's looking for funding, first mortgage funding or equity funding on a deal like that, go to our website, fill out our affiliated partner agreement, fill out the contact us form, and we want to do that deal with you next year. Everybody will make money. What's up, Nick Zalonis? How you doing, bud? Okay, a couple more deals, and then we'll jump in, and I'll point out again where you guys need to go. For those of you guys on Facebook Live, it's good to be on with you guys live. You guys can see I'm growing a little bit of little winter man sweater on my face. I'm getting a little older, 43 years old. I got lots of hair, but lots of gray. All right, and again, if you are, whoop, whoop, what's up, Tobias? Hey, again, for those of you that are interested, go into the GoToWebinar chat box or Facebook Live, type in the words, I am interested, okay, and we'll reach out to you. Also, go to our website, freelandlending.com, and go to the affiliate button, fill out the form, go to the contact us page, fill out the form, and right here on the site, and you'll see that, and we will get in touch with you literally today, this afternoon. We're going to be making phone calls, calling people, touching base, see how we can be doing deals with them, and go from there. All right, good deal. All right, now, okay, so a couple more deals, two more deals, and then I'll answer some questions, and we'll wrap up. Another deal that we did here on West Bagley Road. Now, this one was not a multifamily deal. This was actually an office building. So 35 units of office space, purchase price of $500,000, renovation costs of $400,000, all in for $900,000. We funded $775,000. So they had to put down about 100 grand, give or take. Based on the net operating income, the building is going to be worth 1.9 million. And so created for these borrowers, about $900,000, $1 million of equity. And again, funded the bridge loan, and we're going to fund the long-term permanent financing after the building is completely rehabbed and stabilized. Okay. Another deal we, again, just closed about 60 days ago. This is the property on Brunswick Drive in Elyria, Ohio. Now, this was 79 units, and this is a fractured condo, okay? Fractured condo. Now, let me explain fractured condos. This condo is 89 units of condos under one roof, okay? Under one parcel, one building, 89 units, but they were condos. Now, you know, in condos, they're tough to fund unless you have certain documents through your HOA, through your homeowners association or your condo association. Now, the HOA here, basically, the way the rules worked was that if Jack, this was the deal we did with Jack Petrick, if he bought the 79 units that were available in this condo complex, he would have 79 voting shares out of the 89 voting shares. So the reason why we were able to fund this fractured condo was because with the 79 votes out of 89, Jack was able to basically influence everything that happens with the HOA. Okay, he's basically the only voter that counts, the only voter that matters. So if you buy or looking at buying a fractured condo, you have to make sure that you have enough votes in the HOA or the condo association. Okay, if you were to buy, you know, I'll give you an example. What's up, Andrew Zabro? Thanks for hopping on. Dave Dywert, what's up? Kenneth, Nancy, Daniel, what's happening? Angel, Renee, what's happening? Thanks for hopping on, guys. Hey, listen, so there's a deal downtown Cleveland. It's like a 32-unit fractured condo, and 24 units are for sale. It's like the Water Street building, I think it's called. The problem is if you buy those 24 units of condos, you only get one voting share, okay? So you don't have the capacity to influence the HOA. or the condo association, okay? So this one we did with Jack was 79 units. He got 79 votes. Purchase price was 2.4 million. He scheduled $724,000 in renovations. So all in for 3.1 million. We funded about 2.67, so about 2.7 million. He had to bring about $400,000 to the closing table, which he raised from private investors, private equity investors. Based on the net operating income, the building's going to be worth $4.8 million for Jack. So he'll be all in for 3.1. It's going to be worth 4.8. So total equity created of about 1.6, 1.7 million. Okay. Dan Fradenberg, good question. It says, do you want the majority of the HOA votes if you do a fractured condo? Okay. Or just really close to it? The answer, Dan, is you want to own as many units as you can, and you have to have the majority vote. Okay. The whole goal of a fractured condo is eventually to own all of the condo complex and convert it back into an apartment. Okay. So to do a reverse condo conversion and convert the condos back to apartments. All right. So that gives you an idea. Now, let's say you referred us this deal with Jack Petrick. All right. And Jack Petrick did this deal, $2.6 million. You would make on that closing 15 bips. Okay. You would make about $4,000, okay, in a commission. Now, the $4,000, you might be thinking, oh man, that's a $3 million deal. I'm only making $4,000. Well, remember, all you did was refer us the guy. You just introduce him to us. You know, just give us his name, give us his email, give us his phone number. Help us understand the deal, basic stuff. Introduce the deal to us. We'll work with the borrower. We'll collect all the docs. We'll get it through underwriting. We'll do the origination, and you'll get paid at closing. And that's, again, you'll get paid when we do the bridge loan. You'll get paid again when we do the permanent financing loan, and you'll get paid again and again and again every time that guy borrows money from us. Okay? Roman, what's up, man? Thanks for hopping on. Also, Angel Williams, thanks for hopping on. Chris Banks, Ted Pompey, what's up? Jordan Reed, Jeremy Thomas, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for hopping on. Joseph Boso is on. Dinesh, my buddy Dinesh, what's going on, Dinesh? How are you? Fantastic. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all you guys. And so let me just give you guys our multifamily lending criteria, okay? And then my team is going to get you guys all the rest of our material. So again, the lending criteria is going to be 5 units and up, between 250,000 to 5 million. All right. Target markets for us are the Midwest and the Southeast. So again, anything east of the Mississippi. We need MSAs where, again, population needs to be at least 50,000 people within the 3-mile radius of the property. Okay, now if you don't know that, just refer us that deal and we'll figure it out real quick. Okay, I've got software that we spend thousands of dollars a month on where we can figure that out pretty quick. We want the borrower to have multifamily or single family experience. We prefer a minimum credit score of at least 600, but we can do, we can go down to 600, but we prefer a 650. And there's also no income or asset verification, okay? So guys, this is like asset-based funding. There's no income or asset verification from the borrower, okay? We just want to make sure they have experience, documented experience, documented credit. And again, the deal is going to do the talking for them. The deal is going to tell us, is there enough income from the units to support the loan? Is there enough income from the units to create a return on investment? Is there enough income from the asset to pay the bill? So if we had to take the property back, we could still make a profit on it. Okay. So again, we do bridge financing and permanent financing. So bridge financing is usually between 12 to 24 months, interest only payments. Usually you're going to need between 20 to 25% down, which again, you can raise from private investors. And you know what? I could even be your private investor. I've got $34 million to spend next year investing with other people. We can fund 100% of the rehab, up to 70% of the after repaired value. Also, very quick closing. We can close inside of 30 days. And also, we can do permanent financing between 20 to 30-year long-term amortization, fixed and adjustable rates depending on what product is best for you, fully amortizing payments. Again, 20 to 25% down if you're going into a purchase. But what most people do is they go into a bridge loan, they improve the property, increase the value, force the appreciation, and then refinance into permanent financing, and then they pull their cash back out. Okay, so there is that cash out opportunity. Okay, now the referral provider program, again, if you just want to refer us deals, so Roman, let's say Roman knows a friend of his in his market who's buying a 10-unit building, and Roman just calls us up and says, hey, you know, my buddy is buying a 10-unit building, and you refer us that borrower, then Roman's going to get paid at the closing. Okay. Again, it's just 15 bips of the loan size. So again, on $1 million transaction, it's $1,500. Okay, we pay on a 1099. It's 100% hands off. After you submit that client to us, 100% hands off, and you're going to get recurring income because every deal we close with that borrower for the life of that deal, the life of that person in perpetuity, you're going to get paid every single time. We process the entire deal and provide deal status updates to you. All we really need is Roman says, hell yeah, but I want to be the borrower though. Yeah, absolutely, Roman. We'll fund those deals for you. And if one of your buddies beats you to it, then you can make us money referring us the borrower, or just come to us as the borrower. So what do we need? Really simple. Just client contact information, the property detail, a little bit of details about the property, and a purchase agreement if it's a purchase, which you can get that from your friend and just email that to us. Okay. We have a little checklist. Just hand us to that borrower. We have a little checklist that we'll get to the borrower, and we'll provide the program and the terms to the borrower, and that's it. You're done. You're out. You don't have to source documents. You don't have to source, originate the deal. You don't have to issue a term sheet. None of that stuff. Okay. So again, if you're interested in that referral provider program, go to freelandlending.com/referral-provider. All right, I'm going to put this in the chat box right now. And for those of people that are on my team, whoever's on the call, Natalie, Tyler, if one of you guys could pop that link if you could pop that link into Facebook Live, would be awesome so everybody can see it. All right, now, lender affiliate program. Now, some of you guys are private money lenders, hard money lenders. Maybe you're already doing some commercial lending. You're already doing origination. You know how to originate a deal, and you don't want to just refer the client to us, but you want to actually do the origination. Well, in this case, you can get up to 50 bips. So again, if it's $1 million deal, 1% is 10 grand. Okay, that's 100 bips. 50 bips is $5,000. Okay, you just refer us that client, and you work with us to originate the deal. Okay, we'll do all the internal processing. We'll give a free detailed credit package, which I'm about to show you. You sign the broker agreement. We basically provide deal statuses and updates and visibility to you, and you then go back to your client. So you maintain that relationship with your client, and you maintain the client communication. Okay, you again work with that client to make sure that they understand what's going on. If they need documents brought to us, rent rolls, T3 or a T12, whatever they need. What's up, Doug Shelton? Thanks for hopping on, man. Whatever we need to get in order to get that deal closed, you source it, bring it to us, and we'll process that deal, and you'll get paid 50 bips for that. So again, on $1 million deal, it's a $5,000 lender commission. Okay? So freelandlending.com, those of you guys, again, that want to be more of a lender affiliate and do your own origination, get paid some more, again, can get 50 bips. Go to freelandlending.com/lender affiliate. And again, if my team that's on, Natalie, Tyler, if you could pop that into Facebook Live for me, we'll do that. What's up? That's awesome. Let me put this here as well. So, all right, so there's the agreements. Fantastic. Now, where can we provide you guys additional value? You see, one of the things that a lot of you guys are thinking, man, if I'm going to go do more commercial deals, right, and you're going to make that pivot where maybe go from residential to all commercial, or maybe you're still doing residential and you're doing a lot of maybe single family rentals or rehabs, and you just want to buy and hold some multifamily, you know, there's not really a very easy way to do underwriting, right? What's up, Jennifer? Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you being here. Wayne Kundrock, what's up? Thanks for hopping on. Vanessa Fasano is on. What's up? Scott Duman, Linnell Jackson. Got a big audience today, which is exciting. All right. So let's say you don't know, you think a multifamily deal that you want to go after. Maybe you know a broker that's got an off-market deal and you need help with underwriting. Okay, again, on my screen right now, you're going to see one of our underwriting packets that we do to underwrite deals. Okay, this is really, really, really good stuff. Okay, so one of the things that you probably don't have is all of this amazing data that I have access to as an underwriter. All right. So when we go in and create these underwriting packets, okay, we can create an amazing underwriting packet for a deal, all right, and pull together everything that you guys probably don't have access to. So this financial packet now that's going to be on your screen is one of the ways that we, again, can provide tremendous amount of advice and value to all of you. So this is a deal that we just funded maybe a couple months ago. This was a $1 million acquisition, 115,000 of rehab, as is value of $1,075,000, which was the purchase price, after repaired value of basically 1.5 million. And so we get into this, you know, this information, right? Borrower has in excess of 10 years combined real estate ownership and management experience. We get into the actual deal, the pro forma. We get into the rent rolls here. Notice that this is a 30-unit building and 22 of the 30 units were vacant. This is really, really tough to get funding for this stuff, okay? But we got the deal closed, all right? We put together the rent roll, put together what where the debt's gonna come from, where the down payment's gonna come from, the interest reserve we were able to do, the appraisal, all the soft costs, and the total uses of all the money. Then we've got, you know, the building itself, and then you get into all the reports regarding the total number of units. You get into the comps, right? This is a really, really amazing stuff that most of you guys would have a really hard time pulling together unless you had access to some of the underwriting softwares that we have access to. Okay. Nick Zalona says, any advice on getting funding for completely empty buildings needing rehab? $1 million purchase, $1 million rehab, $3 million valuation at pro forma. So Nick, yeah, just call the office. I mean, that's a deal we can definitely look at, right? You might have an interest reserve so that you can, you know, not have an interest payment for 6 to 12 months. That is a pretty heavy rehab, but we've done vacant buildings before. Okay, the one you see on your screen here, out of the 30 units, 22 of them were vacant, right? So pretty significant vacancy. Okay, definitely a deal that we can try to get done for you for sure. So there you go. Now, what is the next step? Okay, next step is very simple. Go to freelandlending.com. In the upper right-hand corner, go to the affiliate program, download the referral provider agreement, download the lender affiliate agreement so you can get paid when you refer us loans and borrowers. Then go to the Contact Us form on our website. You're going to see it right there, Contact Us. Submit your first name, last name, email, phone number, and then just some quick notes. Quick notes that just says, hey, Josh, like, you know, I want to be a lender affiliate. I want to be a referral provider. I've got deal flow. I'm a commercial agent. I'm a commercial realtor. I'm a commercial lender. You know, here's how I want to, you know, joint venture with you guys or refer you deals, or, you know, I need equity for a deal. Can you help me raise money? You know, those kind of things. Submit that at the Contact Us form. We will get your contact information to our team, and we will be in touch with you literally this afternoon. Okay. And that's it for today, guys. Listen, I want to thank you guys all for jumping on. Gives you a little taste of what you can do with us. Just want to do deals with you guys. We want to lend on, joint venture on, and buy multifamily in 2020. Let us know what you got. Let's make it happen. Go to freelandlending.com, connect with us there, and we'll talk with all of you very, very soon. If you've enjoyed the webinar, tap the like button, tap the love button for me. Give us some love, and let's do some multifamily deals in 2020. You guys are awesome. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.